Well, it has been a busy couple of months. Now you're seeing this on Saturday, June 8th. The good news is that all of the last week, for you, first week of June, I've been out on a new multi-day adventure to a whole new area, in fact, to a whole new state. And looking forward to bringing those episodes to you. This is really lovely out here. We're really lucky in Eugene. We have this, what they call the Ridgeline Trail system. It's these trails that wrap around sort of the southern edge of the city up in the hills. And I am really just minutes from home in terms of driving to the trailhead. And just this wonderful, lush forest to walk through. Anyway, since it just hasn't been possible for me to get out and film another adventure episode, which is what I'd really like to be doing, I did want to just take a moment to just bring you guys some updates of what's been going on, what I've been doing, and what's coming up on the channel. So April, May, June, all have turned out to be very busy months. My daughter had and has numerous dance events, competitions, and sort of end-of-year shows. Also this year, my daughter's school, for the first time ever, has a girls' flag football team. And Lucie loves football, so of course she joined. So there were games to attend, and as it turned out, I ended up filming those games, putting together highlight reels of each of the games for the team to enjoy. And that was a whole lot of fun. I've never filmed sports before. Really enjoyed doing that. But it was just one more thing to an already busy schedule. I've also had some client work deadline I've had to deal with, and towards the end of May, Lucie and I went down to Gold Beach to do some salmon fishing with my dad. The salmon fishing trip was actually going to be an episode for the channel. However, we caught nothing. Nothing at all. Well, it's not exactly true. What do we catch?
Like 4 cutthroat trouts. And we can't keep them because they're like protected.
Yeah, we're out fishing for salmon, but we kept having cutthroat trout eat our bait instead. And in other streams in Oregon, you can catch and keep cutthroat, but on the Rogue River, you cannot.
We caught no salmon, just ultimately had no real footage to share, and so better luck next time. And Lucie is graduating. Her graduation is coming right up. So that's why you've kind of seen a series of garage videos or driveway videos. It's just been very difficult for me to get out of town. I did have plans for a couple of different little overnight Oregon excursions that I thought I was going to get squeezed in May, but just ended up being too complicated. Now, as far as truck projects go, fortunately I don't have a whole lot that I need to work on. The truck has become very functional. I'm really happy the way everything is working. I have a couple little things that I wanted to take care of, such as the rear camera for my dash cam system, which is also my rear view. It's basically been out of service ever since I got the camper on because I just could not figure out a place to mount it. And finally, I ended up just welding an extra little tab of metal onto the jerry can holder on my bumper. So now I've got my rear view back again, and I am, filming anything that may happen. Also, you may have noticed in some of my recent videos that my scan gauge device has not been on my dash for a number of months, and it had stopped working, or it appeared to have stopped working at one point, and I was out on a trip when that happened, and I thought maybe it was just a connection, but I couldn't quite get it, so I just took it off and set it aside, and I finally looped back around to it, got it hooked back up, and I think it was actually just a bad connection, because once I got everything hooked back up, I've got it working again. I'm glad to have that back. The other thing I keep getting a lot of questions about is the antenna on the front of my truck. Now that is a 6 decibel boost GMRS antenna connected to my Midland radio. Now that antenna is made by Alamosa Antenna. I have a buddy who runs their antennas recommended them to me, and I stumbled across them at Expo Mountain West last year. After talking to them and learning about their product, and they had a show special going at the time, so it was discounted, I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that. I haven't done any significant sort of testing with it. It does seem to have improved my rig-to-rig communications. I used to have drops in signal depending on terrain or distance from whoever I might be rolling with. Ever since I've had this on there, I've had nothing but crystal clear communications. And I basically just welded an extra little tab onto the front bumper for that, and I included a couple extra holes. One is for a flag for going on the dunes, and the other is, who knows, just in case I need it. I'm really happy with where the camper is. It's working very, very well for me. The one last thing that I still need to do is insulate that roof. I just have not been able to get around to it, but I am hoping to tackle that this summer. So the trip I just got back from was filmed down in Nevada. Of course, this is me before I've actually done it, but it looks like it's going to be a really interesting trip. Some interesting geological places, scenery, history. I think it's going to be a really fun series to put together for you guys, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. Okay, that was without a doubt the most startled I've been by wildlife ever in my life. And that new adventure series will start next Saturday. Also coming up at the end of June is Overland Expo PNW. That is in Redmond, Oregon, roughly around June 28th, I think. Now, I will be there. The truck will be in the show in the All Dogs Off-Road booth. So if you're planning to be there any of the days, definitely come find us. Come say hi. As usual, I'll be taking a look around the expo and filming some interesting products that catch my eye. So some of that might get interspersed with the Nevada adventure, depending on how long all of that takes. So just a little glimpse at what's to come. Now for summer, July and August, I do usually like to avoid traveling. I don't like being out in the heat. I don't like being out in the bugs, and I don't like when there's so many people out. So usually I lay close to home, work on truck projects. I do also have some sort of non-soft-roading the West stuff going on this summer that is probably going to require to be more present than not. Now I'll certainly get away for a couple overnighters. Like I said, I do have a couple of things that I wanted to get to last month, and I still want to get out on those little trips, maybe in July and August. And that will bring us right on up into September. And in September, I've got another week-long out-of-state trip plan I think is going to be pretty interesting. It seems like it's been a long time coming, but finally the truck is very, very much dialed in, very functional. Don't have any pressing needs on it. Lucie is graduating from high school, gets herself around, is much more independent, and I'm finally feeling I'm getting to the point where I can just head off for not necessarily just a week at a time. Longer trips, bigger distances, explore some places that are a little further away. I hope you all are doing well. Thanks for bearing with me through this little period of kind of being stuck in town. A lot more adventures to come. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss an episode. And thank you for watching.